So some people may not know this about me. I don't know if you are, Curious Jay, but I am a Star Trek fan, especially the Next Generation. Are you a fan?
I'm actually Star Wars, but not Star Trek. I don't know. I just missed the boat on it. I don't have anything against it.
No, I'm not trying to start anything.
Right.
But it's something that was staring me right in the face. They always say in these conspiracy circles, hidden in plain sight.
Sure.
Well, this was hidden in plain sight. Jean-Luc Picard was the captain of Starship Enterprise in the Next Generation. I've done some more flat Earth research because this guy's name, the one we're going to talk about, was never brought up in my education. And you had told me before we started recording, you never heard of this guy till recently.
No, correct.
So this guy's name is August, or I don't know if there's a particular accent or some kind of different way of saying it. Last name is Picard. Doing further research, he has a twin brother, correct?
Correct.
Gene Roddenberry, the creator of Star Trek, named Captain Jean-Luc Picard after Auguste Picard and his brother, whose first name is Jean-Luc.
Correct.
Now, before we get into the facts of talking about his journey with the balloon and what he found and the article in the Popular Science magazine from 1931, why would someone that has such a science fiction, he was sort of like a muse when it came to science fiction, a lot of stuff that Gene Roddenberry kind of predicted. I'm holding an iPad Pro.
Sure.
This is the pad console from the Star Trek TV shows and movies.
Right.
Why would he put somebody's name who was forgotten in history and pretty much said he witnessed the flat Earth in 1931?
Yeah, this one blows me away. I guess the conspiratorial thinking that I've adopted over the years, the cynic in me, said right away when I stumbled across August and what he did. He went how many miles up? Was it 50,000 feet? 10 miles up.
Yes.
Into a balloon. Inside the balloon, at that point, was the highest any human had gone. And his comment was that, the Earth looked like a circular disc around him with the edges turned up. And, before we even touch upon what he said, I asked myself, why have I never heard of this guy? How was he, not how, why did our history books skip over Auguste Picard?
I don't know, because this is some stuff, and it was in Popular Science, August 1931. By the way, it's a very hard copy to get. I saw a video where a guy had to go on eBay and pay a pretty good amount of money. I mean, I'm talking about hundreds of dollars, but he had to pay way more than it was worth. And I was looking all over. Outside of this one screen image, I couldn't find anything really from this issue, like online. Usually you can find anything archived online, newspapers, magazines. I couldn't find it, but the exact quote is, he said, it seemed a flat disc with an upturned edge. At the 10-mile level of the sky, it appeared to be a deep, dark blue. He observed other things. But this was the first person in history, before Sputnik, which we covered, before NASA and all that stuff. And you figured that NASA itself would pay homage to somebody that did something like this for the first time. I just had a thought about Roddenberry. Isn't he, in the conspiracy circles, known to be a Mason?
That I do not know.
That I am not 100% sure.
We need to look that up.
But a lot of people, and Russian Vids, who's a friend of the channel, he has some great stuff, and he knows a lot more about numerology than you and I do right now put together. He says that Roddenberry puts a lot of stuff in Star Trek, and a lot of those sci-fi put a lot of symbolism.
Yeah, the little hidden bits.
Yeah, even the Star Trek insignia is kind of like a chevron, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's almost identical, the Star Trek symbol. I guess, I was shocked to hear his words upon, when I found out about Auguste Picard. Again, what he said kind of blew my mind. Whoa, here's a human being, a civilian, a scientist, who goes up higher than anyone else, looks out the window, and then tells us that he sees a flat disc. Well, that blew my mind. But then I guess, I have to go back to this. Why? Why is this kept secret? You can say, well, it's not a secret. Popular Science covered it in 1931. Yeah, find me all the news articles or all the textbooks over the last, since then, 70, 80 years that have talked about Picard and his contribution to science. It's non-existent. And why is that?